A New Zealand court today sentenced Christchurch Mosque shooter Brenton Tarrant to life in prison without the possibility of parole.
This came after a 4-day sentencing hearing. Daniel Rowell has more on this story.
On each of the 51 charges of murder, charges 1 to 51, you were sentenced to life imprisonment. I order that you serve the sentences without parole. On each of the 40 charges of attempted murder, charges 52 to 91, you were sentenced to concurrent terms of 12 years in prison. On the charge of committing a terrorist act, charge 92, you were sentenced to life imprisonment.
Christchurch Mosque shooter Brenton Tarrant, who pleaded guilty to the charges earlier this year, displayed little emotion as the judges handed down the sentences. The 29-year-old Australian is the first criminal in New Zealand history to be sentenced to life in prison without parole. He is also the only person in the country to have ever been convicted for terrorism. His attacks on 2 mosques in Christchurch on March 15th last year, which were initially live-streamed on Facebook, left 51 dead and 40 more injured. New Zealand Prime Minister Jacinda Ardern hopes today's sentencing could help ease the pain of those affected by Tarrant's actions.
I hope you felt the arms of New Zealand around you through this whole process. And I hope you continue to feel that through all the days that follow. This has been a crime in New Zealand that has never, the likes of which has never occurred before. And now we've seen a sentence the likes of which we've never seen before as well. But yes, it gave me relief to know that that person will never see the light of day.
Gamal Fouda, Imam of Christchurch's Al Noor Mosque, rallied against extremism following Tarrant's conviction.
Extremists are all the same, whether they use religions, nationalism, or any other ideology. All extremists, they represent hate, but we are here today. We represent love, compassion, Muslim and non-Muslim, people of faith and no-faith.
New Zealand has reformed its gun laws in the wake of the mosque shootings. Daniel Rowell, TVB News.
And still ahead on tonight.